my name is Tiny Riley. I will be presenting standards 3 and 4 of the Code of Ethics. Standard 3 says educators honestly reporting obligations associated with its professional practice. So that pretty much means that, you know, us reporting child abuse, reporting grades, turning in PD on time that the school requires or that the state requires us to get. Um, Standard 3 is very you have to follow Standard 3 pretty much every day in your professional practice when working in the school districts or in the classrooms. Pretty much wherever you go in the world, you need to practice this standard. I think this is a very important standard that we have. So I think this one was probably the most important to me. With that being said, I'm gonna go on to standard 4. Standard 4: educators are entrusted with public funds and property, including school-sponsored activity funds, honors that trusted with honors that trust with honesty, responsible stewardship. So, with that being said, pretty much school activities like cheerleading, football fundraisers, things of that nature. You have that they are trusting you with money, and the thing is that the code of ethics is expecting you to, not do anything stupid with those funds. Like for an example, taking a the money that y'all raised for a football, activity for a football fundraiser, you taking the check and cashing it at a tobacco store. That breaks that that code of ethics and that standard. Or another example would be, a cheerleading fundraiser, and they go to the mall, and she pretty much uses the fundraiser money to buy things for the cheerleaders without the school permission, or taking the check and put or cashing it in their with their own personal on their own personal bank account. So those type deals you cannot do when it comes to this code, when it comes to standard 4 of the code of ethics. um, how will the code of ethics dictate how I use social media with my students as social media users for educational purposes? How can you be sure you are abiding by the code of ethics? My deal with social media and the code of ethics, I try not to follow any of my students that I have right now on social media. If they add me, I just ignore the request or delete the request. And social media purposes and for educational purposes, I really try not to use social media for educational purposes because it's just so many things that you have to be careful that you might do, and sometimes you make the small things you don't pay attention to, maybe the things that break those code of ethics rules, in my opinion. How will the code of ethics dictate how you use social media personally, and how will it impact your personal media usage? Well, social. I'm not a big social media guy, so this question right here is it's kind of it's kind of one of those things. I don't use social media. I scroll through social media, but I'm not a big person that posts and just really pay attention to social media like that. So with that being said, it won't affect my social media usage, and that is all.